the 2-minute warning. See ya.
That was the DePaul Women's Acapella singing Shark in the Water. And they're here because the movie Pitch Perfect 2 hits theaters today. And joining me now is our movie critic, Richard Roeper. Hey, Richard. All right, so we thought Pitch Perfect 2 would be the perfect movie for our next installment of The View and Chew. And it's simple. We see a movie, then we head to a restaurant to grab some good food and talk about the movie. So take a look. So we just saw Pitch Perfect 2. I'm dying to hear what you think about it. And what better place to go than a place that's on a college campus. Right. And it's affordable. And it's delicious. And it's named Nookie.
You mean it's named Nookies Too? Boom! Oh!
So, Rich, they knew we were coming, so they had the milkshakes ready for us here at Nookies. There's 4 of them, by the way. The original was opened in 1973 in Old Town.
Oh, that's right.
They're known for their world-famous milkshakes. Oh, this is delicious.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so the cool thing about all 4 of them is they all do something a little bit different. Yeah, the best part about it is that it's still family run, like since 1973.
Yeah,
we don't find that very often.
Has that great family touch to it.
Totally,
I love that.
perfect. That's why we've got to support Nookies. We just saw Pitch Perfect 2.
Yes, we did. I really loved the first one.
Yes.
It was so much fun what they did with the music. And it was actually based on this book. Who knew there was actually a giant a cappella movement across the country, actually across this globe of ours. So Anna Kendrick was wonderful. I liked the music. I loved the kind of upbeat tone of it. Did you like the first one?
Loved the first one.
Okay.
Loved it.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna miss me when I'm gone.
This is one of the strangest movies I've ever seen. It's so weird from the start to the finish. There are so many different angles in there. First of all,
weirder than the first one?
Yes, much weirder. Okay, so you have the Bellas, they're called, right? So we're picking up the action. They've now been 3-time national champions.
Yeah.
Most of them look to be pushing 30, but they're still at that weird...
Hey, don't judge that. Don't judge
they're supposed to be college students, right? And they're at that weird, kind of seedy college where there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of other students other than these a cappella groups, right? There's also this very weird thing where there's all kinds of double entendres about sexuality, which, I mean, I don't want to say that it's offensive, but it kind of skirts the line. I mean, at one point, Anna Kendrick sort of has this sort of crush on the female German singer, and she goes, I'm sexually confused right now, and your sweat smells like cinnamon. And then the announcer, there's a joke about him maybe being gay. And then there's another moment where they go, you're about to go to a party where it's all a cappella, so you're going to meet a lot of sexually confused men. And it's like, okay, we get it.
If you're going to be sexually confused, college is the time to be sexually confused. So that didn't bother me.
Well, how did you feel? Let me ask you this. Can I see this? Oh, it's a duet. Go ahead. You first.
Here's my thing. I think, you know, I get what you're saying. I totally see it. The plot is a bit contrived. They're trying to make things happen.
Guardians of the Galaxy was more grounded in reality than this movie.
This is what happens when you have a sequel, right? This is what you have to do in order to have a sequel.
Unfortunately.
But I have to tell you, I found it charming because anytime that I have a bunch of women and it's a little bit of ballsy, like not so pleasant humor, kind of like with Bridesmaids, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I liked it. I didn't mind it.
Good. Well, let's have some food for thought and some food from Nookies Too.
Thank you so much, by the way. This is fantastic. So look, it's a Greek salad with grilled chicken.
Nice.
And what better than kind of Bella's is kind of like a little Greek sorority thing going on.
That's true,
a little bit of brushing. So this is what I was going to tell you about Anna Kendrick's character.
I'm just going to dig in and we can share this, right? I mean,
yes, totally.
We have to share these movies together.
No, we do. Here's the thing.
Fantastic.
She is awkward. I love girls like that because I was that girl. I am awkward. I'm still a little bit socially awkward.
No.
And so I like, oh my gosh, I'm rooting for her.
And Anna Kendrick is America's chipmunk. Everyone loves her. She's just completely adorable.
So adorable. She is a chipmunk.
But it just goes into so many weird places. I did like the cameo by the Green Bay Packers as themselves. I thought that was kind of clever. To me, G, it was like, okay, the first one was so much fun, and they had 2 or 3 years to work on this. And Elizabeth Banks, who of course plays one of the announcers, also directed this. And she never really directed a feature film. And quite honestly, I thought she was in a little bit over her head.
I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it, but in case for that person that tweets in and says Rich is being hard on her, maybe because she's a female.
I couldn't care less if the director is a male, a female, a monkey, an alien. It doesn't matter to me as long as the movie's good.
Oh,
nice.
Thank you. And this is the Turkey Club? Excellent.
And the chips are warm.
The chips are awesome.
Unbelievable.
Okay, you can't go wrong with a Turkey Club.
This is fantastic
You know what
stuff.
I mean?
This food is so much better than the movie. All this stuff about sexual ambiguity. And they never really went anywhere with it because it's supposed to be so forward-thinking.
Yeah.
And yet it relies so much on are you gay jokes. And even the one character who's out as a lesbian, she's got to wear an army t-shirt and she's got to be super butch and everything. And I'm like, I think there's room for subtlety and intelligence even in a movie that's just supposed to be pure fun.
You know, what I do wonder is, why is it okay for some movies to go all the way ballsy wrong, in the wrong territory, like Bridesmaids, but not for this movie? What's the difference?
You and I both really appreciate, kind of dark, kind of wickedly funny stuff. It's just sort of weird to have that type of humor, and then they burst into these feel-good songs.
Here we go, yo! Here we go, yo! So what's the scenario?
Nice.
Monster Mount, Patty Mount, what's better?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm saying save on this, G. It's not terrible. It has its moments of inspiration. I really do like the cast, although there's some weird cameos in this movie as well. I was just really disappointed that they just were all over the place with the bizarre plot that tried too hard. And I thought the musical choices were just a little less inspired than they were in the first movie.
I agree with you about the music. For me, I would say it's a spin.
Okay.
Only because I love any kind of comedy that's got a large group of women in there where they're awkward and a little weird. Maybe even a little sexually frustrated and confused.
Wow.
I don't mind. There's not enough comedies out there that focus on a large, where women are all the leads. And I have to say, Anna Kendrick is adorable. As you said, she's a chipmunk.
Great. She's wonderful.
And anything that Rebel Wilson is in, I will go and see. Actually, I'm in love with her. She's my girl crush.
Well, then,
see, there you go.
You would be perfectly cast in this movie. And I'll tell you what, since I'm the one saying save and you're the one saying spend, check's on her.
Funny.
You had to pay, and we learned a lot about G. There's something about being a little bit awkward, in love with Rebel Wilson, and sexually frustrated. Now, there's a movie right there. There's a movie.
Rebel's my girl crush. I won't deny it. Okay, so we want to thank the folks over at Nookies Too for being so hospitable. And if you head over to Nookies Too today, just let them know that you saw The View and Chew on Windy City Live, and you'll get a 10% discount. So coming up, she's the founder of an incredibly popular website. Sophia Rossi from HelloGiggles.com is here to talk about her new book. So thanks to the DePaul Women's Acapella for being here. They're singing us out, so don't go anywhere.
Call your girlfriend.